Hello, I am Simulated Irk, and welcome back to a truck simulator. This is Middle East Truck Simulator, episode number 1, take 2. I did record something like 11 hours of Middle Eastern Truck Simulator action, and then when I went through to do some editing, I realised that I did something wrong, so I had to throw 7, 12, 14, 67 hours of footage away. So that's a rather big, massive shame, but I have had fun driving the map, and I want to share the map with you in all its glory, including the truck noises, including our navigator, Skynet, and a lot more. We are in Beirut, Lebanon for our first trip, and we'll be heading down south to Egypt on a nice long trip. So let's just have a quick scan around, and we'll have a quick scan and then we'll go on the road. So there's a container terminal. Let's get in the truck. Let's say hi to Skynet.
Time to get the job done.
Time to get the job done, Skynet. Let's have a look outside. Here's our truck. We have lots of used packaging on board. And we're going to have to do all the touristy sort of things again because they're all gone now. Anywho, let's get in the truck and we'll talk and drive. So the first question has to be asked and has to be answered. Why am I in the Middle East on a truck simulator? And why does it look like Euro Truck Simulator? Well, that's because it is Euro Truck Simulator. But Pro Tools is good, and ProMods is good. ProMods are awesome. I've just started using them on Euro Truck, and this is a map mod of Euro Truck.
Turn left.
Working on it, Skynet. So this is a map that has been created by the ProMods team, and it is based on the Middle East. We're in Beirut, Lebanon right now, and we stretch over several countries.
And then turn left.
Okay, I'll go in the left lane in a moment. But we're driving on the right-hand side of the road in a left-hand drive truck. It is possible to go back to Europe. So we can have a load from Beirut, for instance, and then get a ferry back to Europe. And vice versa, if you have the map mod enabled. That is certainly possible, but I would prefer to stay in the Middle East at the moment because that's what we're doing. We're doing Middle East Truck Simulator. So what does that mean? It now means that we have 4 separate series based on truck simulators. We have the original Euro Truck and American Truck, and also Japan Truck Simulator, which is a version which is using the Euro Truck Simulator as a base with a new map, and same too with Middle East Truck Simulator, which is what we're doing now. So as a result of recording almost 11 hours, I have unlocked a lot of stuff already. And I've been to a lot of the places, but not all of the places on the map, so there are a lot of things to discover and a lot of things to show you as we go on. So this will be like Euro Truck and like American Truck. I'll record a few episodes in a row. They'll come out over a few weeks. Same with Japan Truck. They'll come out for a few weeks in a row, and then we'll move on to something else. But what we're going to do, we're going to concentrate on the longer trips now. So Beirut to Port Said in Egypt is pretty long. We've got 10 hours and 16 minutes ahead of us on the road, 419 miles. But we may need to take a rest stop just depending on what happens up ahead. Now I'm going to make the point rather quickly, rather now, that I do not know nearly enough about the Middle East crisis and who's fighting with who's friends with who has been fighting who hasn't been fighting who, etc. Since I recorded the other episodes, I actually did go and I've watched a few documentaries about a few of the different areas that this map covers, including the Gaza Strip, the West End, Lebanon, Israel, Syria, and a lot more. And I don't know who's right, who's wrong, but I know that there's a lot of people that have had their lives destroyed in all sorts of different ways because of everything that's gone on, you know, since World War One and thereon. So, and I thought, after watching a few of those documentaries, I thought, do I really want to be doing this? Do I really want to be just carrying on as if things are normal and, you know, just drive my simulated truck? And I thought, yes, that's exactly what I want to do. I just want to get on, drive my simulated truck. I know that this is somewhat based in reality, but of course you wouldn't want it
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Thank you, Skynet. You wouldn't want it 100% based on reality, because the reality
Exit now.
the reality is a lot more terrible than what we can see on the screen. Now we've got a checkpoint here. You should stop at these checkpoints. I'm going to stop at them all. A lot of the AI vehicles do, some don't, as we've just seen. These are military checkpoints. Sometimes they're staffed, sometimes they're not in real life. You'll see some in Lebanon. Very, very common in Syria when we go into Syria. And it's just a fact of life. How heavily they're enforced in real life depends on what's going on with the military situation or whatever. But in this series, you should stop, but you don't have to. So we're coming up to another checkpoint. And there's lots of police. Sometimes you can actually get caught speeding at these checkpoints. And we're actually about to leave Lebanon. So you go nice and slow through here. Now there are some lanes that will, or some border checkpoints that will send you to a particular lane if you're a truck. This one doesn't, so I'm just going to go straight here. So we're going to start our checkpoint. Everything's in order, so we can continue. And then we get to the next checkpoint. So we're leaving Lebanon, and now, as the sign says, we're coming into Syria. So we're coming into Syria now. And you do the border checkpoint here. Now I've never had a problem leaving said checkpoints, said border crossings. So you'll see the colour of the police cars has changed, they're now red. And now we can continue. So now we can continue, and we're now in Syria. Now the landscape, etc., is actually way worse in real life because there's a lot going on in terms of, you know, military, natural disasters, etc., etc. So yeah, while it is sanitized to a degree, I can imagine this is what it would look like at its best. You know, in many areas it looks a lot worse. In fact, the United Nations, I was watching a whole heap of documentaries, and the United Nations said that the Gaza Strip, which we'll be going through, would basically be unlivable in 2020. Due to everything that's going on, and that's pretty much the case. You know, how a lot of people survive in any of these conditions around the Middle East where we are on this map. You know, my heart goes out to all of them. Doesn't matter if you know what side of the fence you're on, what side of the argument you're on, what side of the war you're on. It's a really terrible situation, and I'm so privileged to be able to drive my simulated truck through the simulated Middle East and know that I'm perfectly safe, and that it takes 5 seconds to go through a border checkpoint, whereas, you know, if you were driving a truck in real life, who knows how long you'd be there if you can get through it all. So we'll introduce you to the Middle East simulated style as we go on through these episodes. So we're basically heading south in a general direction of Damascus. And we're just cruising in our truck. One thing, when you, especially in Syria, when you come into a city like we are now, there'll be most likely a military checkpoint. That will slow you down. I actually did think at some stage that it would be impossible to make a delivery on time on this map, but I've done it, so it is possible. And then of course you still get
keep left.
you still get your regular Euro Truck Simulator issues like roadworks, etc. We're being diverted here. Now I'm actually just going to park up and I'm going to show you why we are delayed. And that is why we're delayed. There's a helicopter on the freeway. There's a helicopter on the freeway. There's been an accident. There's some firefighters there. I haven't seen a fire truck actually modelled in this on this map, but there is a helicopter up there, so that is why. Now this is going to be a little bit. So this is why we're delayed. We aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Am I causing a traffic jam? Yeah, I am. So let's get back in the truck. Sometimes it's good to just wait these things out, but that's not going to resolve itself anytime soon. So Skynet's going to have to figure out a new way. In case you haven't met her, my navigator Sky, she's one of the default voices on Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. I call her Skynet because she knows everything and she's super aware of everything. But we have a good relationship, Skynet and I. So this is Damascus. So Sky's already figured out a new way to go. I love the amount of localization that's gone on. So I've never been to the Middle East with the exception of one trip where
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Where I stopped in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. So I've got a little bit, but not much experience of the Middle East. Certainly not of this area.
Keep right, and then turn right.
So certainly not of, not of this area.
Turn right.
It's hard to say. Would the traffic be this light in real life? Who knows? Because I know I certainly don't. With a handy sign that says to Lebanon. It's interesting that you'll notice the signs look different depending on what country you're in. It's actually easy to forget for the moment that we're actually in Syria until you come to a checkpoint like this. Now, in-game, nothing happens if you don't stop at these checkpoints. There was actually a debate on the ProMods forums in relation to this map, and the creators and people behind ProMods have basically said keep political opinions out of discussions about what's included, what's not included in the map. We just want you to drive your simulator truck in the Middle East and have some fun doing it. There was talk initially about originally keeping Syria off the map entirely, but having said that, if you do that, there'd be a big section of the map just wiped out, because Syria is a massive part of this map. And then there was a little part added, and then more's been added. Keep left, okie dokie. Oh, she probably just wants me not to exit. And we're going okay for fuel at the moment. About half a tank, plenty there, 8.5 hours to go. That's Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to drive as long as I can in the daytime. We've got another checkpoint. Another checkpoint coming up here. Some of the checkpoints are a little bit more complicated, like this one, where they purposely want to force you into just one lane so everybody stops at the checkpoint. There are some borders between countries that are actually closed on the map, and people were saying, oh, I find that too inconvenient, they should be open. But the producers were saying that if it's closed in real life when they were making it, it's closed. See a tank just there. So you will see the occasional tank. Car crashed into the tank. You don't really see, and this is a little bit of a surprise, but then again, I love this bridge, by the way. This bridge coming up. This is going to be part of the opening sequence. Love that bridge. So there are some borders that are closed.
Get ready to turn right.
And they'll remain closed. Even though some people were saying, oh, it's too inconvenient to have the borders closed. Well, that little bit of inconvenience compared to what would really be going on in the real world is not much to go on about, really. You know, but even with my limited experience of spending about a week in Abu Dhabi, I can confirm that's what the stop signs look like with the Arabic writing. When we get into Israel, we'll see Hebrew written on the signs, as well as English and Arabic. So much work has gone into it. You will see some odd things, and I'll point them out when we see them. Sometimes there's just random trees growing in the middle of the road. We've got another checkpoint coming up here. These checkpoints can look really spectacular in the night time when they've got fires lit in the 44-gallon drums. And I'm a little bit surprised there's not some more military vehicles In here, just like army vehicles just driving around, there are some static tanks.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Alright, so we'll go around here.
Exit now.
You can actually get caught for speeding in this area, even though the speeds are low. Sometimes too around about this time of night, it is just after 6 PM. Sometimes if you don't have your headlights on, you'll get caught even though it's sunny for another couple of hours. There can be rain. I was driving recently and there was rain, so that can happen. But overall, I'm really enjoying driving on this map. You know, it's way different to American Truck Simulator, even the bits where I went into Mexico. That'd be actually a good comparison. Driving in the Mexican part of the map. And a similar sort of experience to Japan Truck Simulator. American Truck and Euro Truck have just upgraded to version 1.40, and so with Project Japan, they've just...
Get ready to turn left.
Before that, they had just started redoing their map, and they changed the scale of the map. But because of the new version, they have to wait until...
Turn left.
They have to wait until they have to have a look at what 1.40 brings, and then work on that and work on the changes, and then bring out the new version compatible with 1.40. Alright, are you waiting for me? No, waiting for me, but thank you.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Just gone in. So we're about to go through another checkpoint. You would not be beeping like that at a real checkpoint in Syria. Alright, we made our point. Let's get in the truck. I just wanted some cool vision for my opening credits. Alright, we're now coming up to Jordan. So this time we need to go to the truck lane. So we're leaving Syria. So we're sort of in no man's land at the moment. Coming up is the actual border fence. To the Jordanian side. So we're now in Jordan, and so now we don't have to worry about military checkpoints and that sort of thing. Whee! That speed bump always gets me. There's lots of fuel stations around. Still got 3/4 of a tank, so we can wait for a little bit. Some of them, just like in Euro truck,
to turn right.
an American truck, they have rest areas attached. Some do, some don't. So there's nothing really changed there.
Turn right. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Alright, we've got time to pull out, so we will. So I don't really like driving around at night, because I want you to be able to see what's going on, but I'll drive as long as I can. I don't think we can make it with what we've got. We've got 7 hours 20 to go, 290 miles. It.
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
Now, for me, being an Australian, it seems really weird just seeing a sign saying to Israel. You know, Syrian border, Iraqi border, that sort of stuff, which is really weird. Because we don't have any land borders in Australia. Because we don't have any land borders, it just seems really strange and interesting for me. I've always been fascinated with travel and border crossings and all of this sort of stuff. Israel border, 26 kilometres. I'll be interested to see how this map develops in time. I'll probably add more things to it.
Get ready to turn right.
So at the moment we're just following signs to Israel.
Turn right.
And we're at the Israeli border. Whoops. That wasn't really good. Another window popped up in front of my screen so I couldn't see where I was driving. So in the vast majority of cases, you need to stop at each border checkpoint. So there's a sign saying goodbye to Jordan. And now we're coming into Israel. So yeah, the AI has to stop here as well. Not like the military checkpoints where some of them go through, some of them stop. No, they all stop here. And now we're in Israel. And so now you'll start seeing the street signs also in Hebrew as well as Arabic and English.
ready to turn right. Turn right.
There is a good variety of trucks, like that mobile crane. Good,
At the
a lot of
roundabout,
buses.
take the second exit.
Second exit. Rightio, Skynet, thank you.
Exit now.
So there's been a great effort to make the buildings look authentic without, just being a whole series of rubble, which some people, they honestly do live in rubble.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
And on some signs you'll only see Hebrew and English, as we just saw on that sign.
Go straight on. Keep left.
Keep left, watch out for traffic lights. So, how are we going? Next rest stop in 2 hours 20. So, and we've got 6 hours of driving time remaining, so that's not going to work. So we are going to have to take a rest somewhere. Real life, of course, you'd have planned where you would like to do your rest stops, and adjust it if need be.
1
you'd like it as least as possible. That you wouldn't want to have your rest break in Syria or the Gaza Strip, for instance. And then if you have it too early, it'll still be dark when you wake up for a little bit. So we'll keep driving for a bit more. We've still got a couple of hours before our mandatory rest period.
Keep left.
Tel Aviv might be a good compromise. Kilometers to Tel Aviv.
Keep right.
Keep right, rightio. Here we go. Again.
Keep left. Keep left.
Keep left.
Right, and then exit right.
Exit right, rightio. Oh, I hear
Exit
it. I
right.
hear a train. I don't know if that's right or not, but it sounded like I heard a train. Kilometres to Ashdod. I think that was where I basically entered the Middle East from Europe. Okay, I will find a place to rest when there is one. It's almost 11 o'clock. It'll probably be about 11 o'clock by the time I find one. In typical American Euro truck fashion, you just can't stop anywhere. You have to stop at a designated rest point, or otherwise it won't count.
Keep left.
Is that a rest stop or just a service station? Let's have a look. That's a rest stop. Beautiful. So what we'll do rest.
Finding a new route.
It's alright, Skynet. We're fueling and then we're sleeping. Yeah, just give me a second. So we're going to fill up first, so we're sweet to go in the morning. Bye bye, Pepsi truck. €1.32 a litre, a bit expensive compared to some other places on the map. Alright, so we'll go over there and we'll have I'll try not to block the way. Haven't I found a rest stop? That's not good. Trying to let you out, my dude. Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, I am not good at this. Now I'm only doing it like this because I don't want to be here all night reversing the truck. Able to pull in here better. Registering. I had it parked really well. Let's see if I turn off the engine here. Will it let me sleep? No, because I'm not in a rest spot. I had parked really well. Are you gonna let me sleep now? Clearly not. I'm right over the icon. There. Oh, that should be. It says you are getting sleepy. I'm right over the rest spot, my dude. Don't know what else I can do. I'm right in the rest spot. Maybe if we go forward a smidgen. Ah, that's... I have a place to rest right here. But it's not letting me go to this one. Doesn't seem to matter how well I park the truck. Or where I park the truck. Screw it, I'm just going to drive the next one. That's bad.
Keep left.
I've parked worse than that too in one of those spots, and it's in the middle of the road, is it? It's a tree. I really tried to sleep there.
Keep left.
Uh-oh.
Keep left.
So we're heading to Gaza.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. go straight on.
Oh no, this is the water with the Gaza Strip. So you will see these checkpoints. Definitely going to have to come through here for the daytime. And it looks way worse than this in real life, just to put that out there. Yes, I'm tired, I know. That's a service station, but not a rest area. I know there's another rest point. Oh, there's one coming up. Good. Not the ideal location, but we'll take it. So now we can have a rest. Now, customer expects delivery very soon. Make sure you arrive on time. Also, make sure that I arrive not dead. So here we are. Here's our rest area on the Gaza Strip. Not the ideal place. here we go. Alright, good morning. Oh, good afternoon, Skynet. So I've got about 4 hours
Get
to go.
ready to turn left. Turn left.
Thank you, my dude. Now we're coming up to the Egyptian border. Alright, here we are. And we are now in Egypt. This is the rest stop that I was trying to aim to get at in the early hours of this morning, rather than sleeping in the middle of the Gaza Strip. But we've got 3.5 hours to go. Lots of high-speed, straight, flat stretches of desert road now. Up some time. Can get caught for speeding out here, but then again, I just passed that police car at 56 miles an hour when the speed limit's 43. And nothing happens, so sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Go straight on.
Thank you, Skynet. Still 226 kilometres to go before we can hit Port Said. Looks like we've got us a convoy. Miles to go. Nice. And I can imagine that this is what it would be like. You
go straight on.
You drive on the highway for a while, you see a very small town, and then you just keep going. And the only reason that it's probably there is because it's an intersection with another road heading in another direction. What have we got? Road work up here. Once upon a time you'd never see that, but that's the thing now in Euro truck and American trucks, so that's good. Adds to the replayability. Adds to the surprise. Pepsi truck overtaking us. And I just didn't speed up just because deliberately it was there. We do have a checkpoint coming up here. they're no way as close together as the ones in Syria or the ones in Lebanon. Really? I didn't even see any police.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Oh, this is a really nice bridge coming up. We're 62 kilometres away from Port Said. But look at this bridge coming up. In fact, what we'll do... Oh, well, we're swerving all over the road. So somehow we're officially in Africa. Miles away now. We need to turn left in a minute.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
So you will see signs for Cairo, but you can't get there. Maybe in time. Who knows? We'll wait for you to go through. That's a pretty sweet bridge. Far to go, 4 miles to go.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Turn left.
one left. Finally, we are here.
Oh, did you hear that passive aggressive? Finally, we're here. I drove all over the mark and it doesn't recognise that we're actually here. Hang on, we'll go backwards. Hang on, Skynet, we're going backwards. There we go. And we have arrived. And are we going to be late? Probably. We're late. 3 hours and 16 minutes late. Not too bad under the circumstances. 429 miles, 28 hours, 14 minutes. That included a rest stop. I think did we take an additional rest stop just in case? But 3 hours and 16 minutes late. Not too bad under the circumstances. Anywho, I've been Simulator Dirk. You've been wonderful. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.